A high likelihood of plaintiffs' success on the merits of their claims, quote, end quote. That's what Gem County Judge Brent Whiting wrote as he issued a preliminary injunction against anti-government activist Ammon Bundy, keeping him from selling his property. Judge Whiting deciding late last week St. Luke's, the plaintiff in this case, has made a pretty good case against Bundy that there was a fraudulent conveyance, a shady transfer of property to hide from creditors. They made enough of a case to stop the sale of his Emmet home for the immediate future. St. Luke's has sued the former candidate for governor for trying to hide his assets after they were awarded more than $52 million in a civil defamation lawsuit, all stemming from a Baby Cyrus protest outside the hospital back in March of 2022 and the subsequent harassment. This injunction against Bundy is a continuation of the temporary restraining order issued last month, and it applies to Bundy, his wife, his friend and former campaign manager he tried to sell his home to, or any of the companies they operate. And that includes White Barn Enterprises, the company owned and operated by Aaron Welling, and where Bundy tried to apparently transfer the $1 million Emmett property back in December of 2022 for $250,000, although court records show no money was actually exchanged or has been. As for the People's Rights Network, in his decision, Judge Whiting came to the conclusion that Bundy conclusively does in fact exercise control and influence over the anti-government agency he created. This is in response to Bundy claiming PRN and its assets shouldn't be involved in this lawsuit. So what else does Bundy claim? Well, I asked him about this injunction today, and once again, he claimed to be a lowly David going up against a Goliath with little more than a single stone. St. Luke's wants to take everything I own for criticizing them, he says. They have an enormous annual budget, and they're seeking to financially ruin me, to teach a lesson, he says. The problem is St. Luke's employees are the ones who participated in taking a baby from his loving parents. Their lucky people responded peacefully. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but St. Luke's had something to say about that with regard to, quote, taking a baby. He said Mr. Bundy continues to spread disinformation, repeating statements that the court, based on sworn evidence, ruled to be false and defamatory. Mr. Stidham pointed to the sworn testimony of 3 doctors and hundreds of pages of evidence with which they convinced a jury Bundy defamed the hospital. And as we mentioned, back in July, St. Luke's was awarded more than $52 million in that defamation lawsuit. It was a default judgment because Bundy did not participate at all. The health system then filed a second lawsuit after it believed Bundy was hiding his assets to avoid paying the penalties. Well, that lawsuit was filed on August 11th, the same day Bundy was arrested on a contempt of court charge for continuing to harass St. Luke's and its employees. He has a court date set for November for that charge, yet no date has been set for this second lawsuit.